That for your boyfriend. Talk, but like no one could understand me. Boyfriend like it. Swallow my tongue ring?
Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers to me, flowers today, flowers.
To my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. I have a service dog named Macy. Today I wanted to share some things you should know about a tongue piercing in case you're looking to get one. So let's get started. My first tip is to make sure you go to a good piercer that knows what they're doing. And this kind of goes with every piercing, but specifically the tongue. That gets messed up, it could be really bad. When you get your tongue pierced, it gets pierced in between two veins in your tongue. So if you hit one of those veins, pretty sure it messes up like taste buds and stuff. So again, just make sure you do your research, find a piercer that's good at this piercing. My piercing specifically was around $20. That is not including tip. This is different depending on where you go. So when getting it done, the needle like going through didn't really hurt. For me, there was no sharp pain, but for you it could be different. I haven't heard anybody who has this piercing saying that it was really painful to get done. It really depends on how your body reacts to it. So the biggest thing with this piercing that everyone talks about is that it doesn't hurt to get, but this healing process is a bitch, and it is true. For me, it was really swollen for roughly 3 days. This can go from 3 days. On day 3, it really stopped hurting when talking and eating. You are gonna have trouble speaking for a while. Make sure you talk to your job to make sure it is okay with them, because I could talk, but like no one could understand me. So this next thing, I don't hear a lot from other people that have their tongue pierced, but for me, after a few days after it healed, I had this weird feeling that I was gonna swallow my tongue ring. You're obviously not going to because of how it's pierced. I think the biggest question that I get asked is, how do you eat with it? At first, you are gonna have to eat soft food, but over time you get so used to it and you don't even notice that you're like eating other foods that like aren't a problem. We'll get used to eating with it, I promise. So whenever I watch videos and they say about cleaning it, they just say use mouthwash with no alcohol. I'm gonna tell you one other tip to help it feel better is if you brush, make sure you brush the top of it. And what I did is I pushed my tongue ring up, brush it like that, and then you also want to make sure you brush the bottom part of it, because if you don't, there's food that will get stuck there. So you want to make sure to brush it and use mouthwash that doesn't have alcohol in it. When it comes to jewelry, you can get metal or acrylic. I use acrylic because it's less damaging to your teeth, because you are going to play with it. There's chances you are going to bite down on it. I have bitten down on my piercing. It doesn't hurt, but I do have acrylic. So if you have metal, it could hurt and it could damage your teeth. So just like my other videos, we're going to get to the pros and cons of this piercing. Pros: you can actually hide this piercing if you need to. If you don't talk with your mouth all the way open, you can't see it. You can get less obvious colored jewelry. You can get clear retainers in it if you need it. Another advantage to this piercing is there is no face scarring. This is a big one when it comes to piercing. If you don't like it, you can take it out and no one would ever know you had your tongue pierced, because it'll heal so quick. It's a very quick healing process. It only sucks for the 3 days or possible week that it's really swollen. After that, it doesn't hurt. Once it heals, this is another one that's a very easy change to jewelry, because it's not in a weird place. Like, you know, that's gonna suck to change. Or this one with the tongue, you just unscrew it, take it out, put it back in. One of the biggest cons is that phase where your tongue is really swollen, because this can affect your job. You can't really talk that much, and you really shouldn't be talking too much while it's so swollen. The other thing is, obviously this can cause some teeth damage and gum line damage. So keep that in mind. If you don't have the strongest teeth, this probably isn't a piercing you should get. And one of the biggest cons is you're gonna get comments. Now, these aren't comments like with your septum where it's like, oh, you look like a bull. These are gonna be sexual comments. Get that for your boyfriend. Your boyfriend like it. Like, no, I got it for me and that's it. This piercing is known to be sexual, so keep that in mind when you go to get it. With that, if you do have a waitressing job, your tips are gonna go up. They'll go up big time. You don't even have to do anything. Just if you're talking to somebody and they see that you have a tongue piercing, my first night after having this done, I got 20 bucks tipped by one person. Just saying. You use it to your advantage. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. It'd mean a lot to me. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos from us, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.